We just recorded a comedy video of me pretending to yell at the kids.
No,
I would never yell at the kids.
No, it was real. It was real. Jeez, no, why?
Sometimes at night when it's really hot and
No, you think the house is messy. You were saying cuss words.
Hazel, have I ever yelled at you guys? Hazel, do I?
The Kitty Kelly Show. So I'm a single mom, which means that I have 2 kids and then myself. Okay, there's 3 of us. There's no dad, there's no husband, there's no man. It is, in our family, I'm running the show and no one is helping me ever. I'm in charge of absolutely everything. And not by choice, mind you. I know that, nowadays there's like super, what would we call them? Like, I guess like competent and like put together women that are purposely starting families without a guy or a partner or whatever. And awesome, do whatever you want. But I could never do that. And I know that I can't do that because I'm currently not doing that. I am currently being a single mom and flailing and failing, F and F, flailing and failing. It's hard. It's impossible. I can't do it. It's not pretty. It's a bad scene. But uh, I'll come to think of it, those actually fuck those other bitches. Come to think of it, fuck those people that are deciding to do it because they're making me look bad, right? Because then it's like, oh look, it is possible. Like look at me, it's so possible. I chose to do it. So yeah, fuck those bitches. Because I can't do it, and I've been doing it for a while now, and I haven't gotten any better. I don't see myself getting better. That's probably going to be a shit show, right through to the end. And now, God damn it, there's this other demographic out there that's, can be used as a comparison, and people can be like, well, Whitney Cummings is doing it, and it's like, I'm not Whitney. I'm not Whitney. I don't have my shit together. You kidding me? Like I don't. My God. Like I. So, anyways, but yeah. So that's unfortunate. But that's not what I even wanted to. That wasn't even the point I was going to make. The point I was going to make was that I found out recently through TikTok, which is where I get all my information, that So yeah. So I always thought single mom meant like you there is a single parent, right? Like you are singularly doing the job of a parent without any help, right? And then I was, so I, it's funny. So I was like, there's like, in my feed, I'm getting all these stories about these, hashtag single mom and these women like, complaining as you do, about like how hard it is in whatever. And then, and then one of the videos was like, oh yeah, and like, it's so hard and it's so this. And I'm like, yeah, preach. And then she's like, yeah, and now they're at their dad's this weekend. And I was like, skirt, they're, they're at their what? They're at their who? Their dads? They're at their, they have a fucking dad? You don't have, you don't have them for the weekend? Hold the fucking phone. And then I kind of like, so, and it's rampant. It's everywhere. Like every single like single mom, and I'm doing, you can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes right now. Single mom accounts that I follow, they're not single. They're single because they're not married, but there is a man, or a partner or whatever. They just don't live in the same house. Um, so let me like so this is so bitchy, and I will regret this, and I'll probably like apologize about it later. But right now I'm like on one, so that's not going to happen right now. But okay, so you might be single, like you're not dating someone, but uh, and I guess when they're at your house, you're totally in charge. But um, there is still another person. Okay. Like for me, uh, I, I would cut off one of my fingers to, to have my kids leave me for the weekend. Um, I would, if there was such a, if, if I could send them to their dad's house for the weekend, that would, that would change my life. That would change my life. I would, you know what I would do? I'd take a shower. I'd take a shower. That's what I would do. I go. I probably shouldn't put this out there in the public, but I have trouble finding time to take a shower. Okay, there's these little fucks are with me all day long, every day. There is no break. There is no whatever. There's nothing. It's all mine. Okay, and everything is mine. Okay, everything is absolutely mine. And oh, I will interject and say that I'm sure co-parenting is a fucking bitch. I do have friends that co-parent, and I think that's a nightmare in and of itself. But let's find a different word for it. Okay, so like if you're single, um, and you're co-parenting, let's find a word for that. Okay, because your hell is legitimate, but it's different. Like um, like there's something absolutely awful about like being in charge of absolutely everything, like what I wouldn't give for someone to like I hate the fact that it's like, I have to deal with the like, everything from like, yeah, like here, like put on your socks and shoes to like, oh, should we like switch to I was about to say something about the internet. I don't even know, but I'm always feeling like, should I change my internet provider? And I'm gonna need to cut this out. This is getting stupid. Hold on.
The Katie Kelly Show.
Okay, so I don't want to talk shit about teachers. When I became a parent and my kids started getting close to that school age, I promised myself that I was going to be the coolest parent in the world. Mostly because my sister's a sixth grade teacher, my brother's a high school teacher, and they tell me the most horrific stories about parents, like fucking up their lives and like lying and like just being terrible people. So I was like, that's not going to be me. I'm going to be so cool. All the teachers will love me, and I'll be so like, I don't know. I had a whole grand plan. And yeah, it went to shit like immediately with both my kids. This is my second rodeo that I'm about to tell you about. So clearly, I didn't learn from the first rodeo. So, yeah, project be the coolest parent didn't work out. But part of it is because I found that teachers are fucking with me. Okay. Like I so Project Cool Parent is not really a bust because I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be cool every day. Trying to be cool as a cucumber. But they're fucking with me. They are fucking with me and they're making it hard. So am I really failing here or am I just not? I mean, they're not making a space in which I can be cool because they're not being cool. So am I failing? Maybe not. Maybe they're failing. Um, but again, I think about my siblings and I'm like, are they being fucking assholes to these parents? And is that like, I don't know. It's kind of a mystery. So let me just tell my story and my side of my story. Um, my daughter's been swearing at school, okay? And she's in kindergarten. So really, it's a really, really bad look. And it's a bad look on so many levels because clearly I'm swearing, right? She didn't hear this from the TV. She didn't hear this on the streets. She heard this from me, you know? And so, one, we all know that, okay? The parents, they know that, or no, I'm the parent. Teachers, they know that it's coming from me. And I know that it's coming from me. So, like, we don't need to talk about it out loud, okay? I'm already humiliated. We don't need to like, like drown my face in the sand. I get it. I'm humiliated. But they do, and they don't need to, and that kind of pisses me off, and then, in creeps the uncoolness, all right? So, 1, my daughter has not only been swearing, but, like, swearing really badly, which is, I guess, indicative of how I speak. She's not just saying, like, "shit" or, like, "asshole." She's been, oh my god, how do I even she's been telling people to shut the fuck up. Um, which, yeah, I've been known to tell someone to shut the fuck up. Um, or not even someone, just kind of like say that. It's more to people mowing their lawns. Or if I hear one of my least favorite things in life is when someone starts mowing their goddamn fucking lawn. Um, it's I hate it. I hate it. So there's a lot of shut the fuck up around lawn mowing. And I get it. I shouldn't be swearing around my kids. I'm trying. Okay. So for Miss Hazel, one thing that she doesn't like is any kind of change in routine. Okay. So when the school year started, I was like, this is going to be rough, right? Because it's that's the biggest change in routine. She's been spending all summer with me doing whatever. And now it's like, hi, like, I'm going to leave you. Where are you going to leave me, mom? Oh, in a building with strangers. Good luck. Good luck. You'll be safe here. You don't know anyone. And I'm gone. And oh, how long are you going to be here? All day. All day. Have fun. Have fun, kiddo. So, yeah. And like, you got to love this. And this is autistic and just, you know, uh, um, neurotypical children do this too, but autistic kids, a lot of autism, it is just things kids do, but it's with like, it's bold, underlined, and italicized. I was not the only parent at drop off that the kid was losing their shit. That was, but Hazel lost her goddamn mind. Okay. Like, other kids were crying. Hazel was kicking, screaming, flipping out, just like she takes it to an 11, right? So that's kind of my life. I live above 10. I live in the zone of 11. So, first day of school, drop her off, loses her mind. That's to be expected. Finally get her inside. I go home. Um, and then I get a voicemail later in the day. And the teacher calls and she's like, I can't believe she left this in a voicemail to begin with. This is like kind of fun. Oh, I think I deleted it. I should have saved that voicemail and played it for you. Oh my God, Katie, you idiot. Um, so uh the teacher was like, hi, I'm just checking in. As you know, Hazel had a rough drop off. She continued to have a rough day. She's been telling everyone to shut the fuck up. What? What? Oh, damn. God damn. She did not do that. At drop off, she was like, and I should say, sorry if this is all over the place. It's difficult to explain, but like, even my kids surprise me. So at drop off, I had never seen Hazel so dysregulated. Like she was a mess. Um, and I'd never seen her that bad. And I was kind of thinking like, but that was like she'd hit the roof. That's as bad as it gets. And then no, they called me because she doesn't. I'd never heard her say "shut the fuck up." Okay, never. I'd never heard that, so I was so surprised. Um, so I was shocked to get that voicemail and totally humiliated. Totally, my little my little tiny 5-year-old nugget was at kindergarten telling people to shut the fuck up. Oh my god. I wanted to die. Honestly, I think I could be wrong, but I think teachers shouldn't tell you that. Like what happens at school stays at school. I don't I don't need to know that, right? I don't actually need to know what happens at school if it's something that I can't change at home. Like if she was in 8th grade and she was saying shut the fuck up, it's like, okay, tell me when she gets home, I'll have a talk with her. But she's in kindergarten. No conversation is going to be had. There's not, we're not going to talk through it mano y mano, right? So whatever she's doing, whatever is happening, like, if it's super embarrassing, just don't tell me because I don't like I'm already mortified about the scene at drop off and now she's like swearing at people like I'm already on my last nerve. I'm already freaking out, humiliated. If she's swearing at kids, just I don't need to know. I don't need to know, okay? Now, obviously, I'm glad that she left me that voicemail or just in general told me what was happening for comedy purposes. My problem is that when you leave someone a voicemail like that, it's like you're putting the ball in their court. And it's like, I can't do anything with this ball. Like I I'm not going to be able to.
Of course, uh, of course, a part of me loved the voicemail, and it should have been a cherished memory that I kept forever. But I deleted it in my because I was super embarrassed when it first happened, so I deleted it immediately, which I now regret.
The Kitty Kelly Show.
Honestly, you wouldn't believe how difficult this software is. It's the first time in my life that I wish I went to the DeVry Institute of Technology because this is all kinds of complicated and I'm in way over my head. And ChatGPT totally fucked me because I've been working on the content for this podcast for like a long time. And when it switched to the recording aspect, I was like, I have no idea what to do. You know, cue ChatGPT. And as it always does, it ridiculously oversimplified the process. And it said, you need three things: headphones, a microphone, and recording software. Don't worry, it's free. And I was like, oh my God, this is so simple. I can't wait to start today and be finished tonight. This is so great. Yeah, no, no, no. You have to learn how to use the software. Like, and okay, so maybe I needed to like kind of I mean, maybe I was supposed to figure that out on my own, but you know, Chat GPT, what the fuck? Like, that's not a good answer. That's why when people say they're worried about AI taking over the world, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. What the fuck? It was like you can start a podcast. It takes 3 steps, baby, 3 steps. No, you have to learn how to use the software. And if you're not a technical person, if you can't like, dude, it like daylight savings just happened. Do you know how long it took me to change the time in my car? Like, bro, and now I'm supposed to like record and edit and like mix a podcast, it's difficult. All right. So a good robot would be like, hey, so glad you're trying to start a podcast. It's going to be super difficult, but like, let's walk through it together. That's a good robot. It- what we have now is not good. It's telling you that it's going to be easy. And, you know, and this shouldn't be news to anyone because South Park already touched on this. And as they do with every situation, South Park is completely, absolutely 100% correct. Okay. For those of you that don't wash? For those of you that don't watch, because I was going to say Marsh, whatever. I didn't need to explain that. So, Randy Marsh is a character on South Park. He has a weed farm. He wanted to expand his business. So, he talked to ChatGPT and they were like, oh, yeah, you can turn this into a global brand. All you need is ketamine and one Mexican. And, dude, exactly. Yeah. It tells you that you can do things that it oversimplifies. That's the point. It oversimplifies, and I don't mind that it's nice though. I appreciate that it's nice and it's kind of encouraging because I think people do need that, but it should be more honest about a a task and how complicated it may be. So, my point is stop worrying and certainly stop talking because I don't want to hear it anymore. Stop talking about being afraid of AI taking over everything because it's not even fucking close. Okay. It's off about so much shit. Sorry about all the swearing. You know what else AI is bad about? If you want to not be afraid of AI, ask ChatGPT to make a joke. Holy shit. ChatGPT has the worst sense of humor. The worst. I've asked it to I forget what the circumstance was, but like I don't know, it made a joke once and I had to say to it, I was like, "This is not for you. Stay in your lane. Don't make another joke." Like you know how you can talk to it and like you can make it behave the way you want. I told mine, don't make jokes because the jokes it made were terrible, terrible. Wait, what was an example of? I can't think of it. Oh, I know what it was. I was thinking about the intro song to this podcast and I was conversing with ChatGPT about it. And because another thing I'm not good at is music. So I needed help there. So I was like, I don't know. Again, I, another thing is I have a terrible memory, but I was having a conversation with ChatGPT about music, and it said, maybe you could do yada yada, this type of melody, and then add bongos to make it funny. Bongos? Dude, bongos? Get serious. ChatGPT is like the carrot top of joke making or the Gallagher, the guy that like smashed watermelons. You you don't add well actually bongos might be funny, but like in a like ironic, like meta way. But just like the fact that it said like and add bongos for comedy. No, no, you need to be quiet and you need to not talk about comedy. But seriously, if you want a good laugh, ask ChatGPT to tell you a few good jokes because you'll be dying, not at the jokes, but how bad. God damn. All right, I gotta figure out how the fucking mic stand works. I can't keep knocking this shit over. Um, but yeah, ask ChatGPT to make a couple jokes. Oh my God, you'll have a good laugh, and then you'll sleep better knowing that we don't need to worry about AI. It has a lot more time before it takes over the world because it can't even tell a joke, and it shouldn't be that hard. I don't know. Maybe ChatGPT is exposing that we're all a little bit more unhinged than we'd like to believe because it's it is actually getting what seems like some normal people. This guy Alan Brooks, and he's a math teacher or something. Um, okay, so I saw this on the news, and all right. So it says here that he was helping his son with his math homework, and then um, the chatbot convinced him that he had discovered a new math formula that could destroy some of the world's most powerful institutions and that he had to inform the authorities. All right, so it says here he didn't expect the chatbot to convince him that he had discovered a new math formula that could destroy some of the world's most powerful institutions and that he had to inform the authorities before it resulted in a global disaster. All right. And then it goes on to say, where does it? Okay. So it says at one point, I was very skeptical, added Brooks. Yeah. Yeah. Skeptical at the bare minimum, my friend. Skeptical that you needed to save the world. That didn't raise any red flags. Like, that's probably not. Transcripts from the conversation obtained by CTV News show the chatbot telling Brooks, you should not walk away from this. You are not crazy. You are ahead. And that the implications are real and urgent. This guy's a math teacher. This guy has a job in a school and is teaching kids. Alan, it's Tuesday. You're helping your son with his math homework. It would be quite the pivot that your day would end with you saving the planet. You should have noticed that something was off about that.
The Katie Kelly Show.